So now that you understand that adding story is a very vital component to making great characters, and you know how to do it, I can let you in on something that I think is pretty cool, and that is that it works not just with characters, but with anything. Literally anything you could possibly make can benefit from a dose of story. This means objects, environments, designs, even things that are quite abstract. For example, another friend that was quite helpful in creating this class, Maggie Appleton, created a whole series of designs based around visually displaying code. Well, it's possible to just add a bunch of squares and lines to a page and call it abstract. Maggie took a deep dive into researching how code actually functions and attempted to illustrate it in different ways. I think you'll agree that the results are much more interesting than a bunch of arbitrary boxes and lines. Again, when you get invested, so will the viewer. And so how do you add story to non-characters? Exactly the same way, through questions. Let's say you're drawing a snowy mountain range. What happened before this illustration? Somebody yelled. What's going to happen after this illustration? An avalanche will fall across the valley below. So the scene I draw might be of snow cascading down a mountainside with all sorts of animals running away from it. What if we're drawing a book? Who owns this book? Maybe it's a wizard. What are the contents of this book? It's a spell to raise the dead. And how old is the book? Thousands of years. So the book I draw may be very worn and dirty. Maybe there's some pages falling out. But I might give it a very eerie, magical glow and create some archaic looking depictions of, people dying and coming back to life on the cover. Just as I mentioned before, have some fun with these questions. You really can ask anything, and when in doubt, just check the list that I've uploaded. There are even questions on there that deal specifically with non-characters.